Welcome to Disneyland Paris. I've been here like 2 times already, but I decided to come back to see how Disneyland is this time of the year. Usually when I come, it's usually during autumn or winter, but I've never actually had a summer experience in Disneyland Paris. So I thought, let me come over and see how busy it is and see if it's much more interesting during summer. I've already gone to 2 rides already and the queue was mad crazy. So make sure you get here on time if you're looking to jump on most of the rides. The approximate wait for a ride is about 30 minutes. So brace yourself. Okie dokie, so let's talk about a number of things because it's really important for families to be aware, and I suppose it would be good to be well prepared. So I would say before you book your ticket, do a bit of research on when you want to come and what you want to do, and that way you can obviously get value for money and plan ahead properly. For me, for example, I did a bit of research, and also because I was planning to come when the weather is good, I did some digging around to see when it's warmer. Fortunately, one of the days that we planned to come to Disneyland was hot, so we thought it's better to book it then. Some people might not plan that way. They might decide to freestyle it and buy an open ticket. You can also do that though, bear that in mind. You can buy an open ticket and that means you can literally come any day you want, but that'll cost you a bit more. In terms of research anyway, what I think you should do is check the Disneyland website first to see how much they're charging, and also check things like, websites like booking.com. I got mine from booking.com and I saved about, let's say, £20. So for me and my wife, it was around 90 something pounds per person. My son didn't have to pay because he's still very young. My son is not even 2 years old yet. But I think, I need to double check this though, but I think it's free for those under 3 or so, yeah? But you need to double check that. So I did get a discount because usually it's about £101 per person for the weekend, and for the weekdays it's about £92. So I did get a good deal. Alrighty, so a lot of people think Disneyland is for the kids, and that's not the case at all. There are a lot of adults that come to Disneyland and have fun, and even some people that are middle-aged do come here to have fun, so just bear that in mind. Don't think it's just for the kiddies. There are some big men that like to have fun too. In terms of how to do things though, I think when you first arrive, aim for the rides, because if you're not careful, you wouldn't be able to do as much. Also, try and buy a number of things when you come here. So things like ice cream, especially when it's hot though, you're going to need it, because a lot of people spend a full day in Disneyland and you can get really dehydrated. So get yourself some nice drinks. I'm not sure if there's a bar here. It's been a while since I came, but I think they might have a bar. So that's a good thing to do. You might want to go to the bar if they have one, but I need to double check that, because the last time I came was about, I think I came in 2019, December. So it's been a while. Okay, so one thing you can buy as well for the ladies, you can get the Minnie Mouse thing. So people are wearing that around. You can put it on your head. There's one for guys, I think it's like a wizard hat. So you can get that too. I think it's about £20 per person. Things are a bit pricey, so let me just make that clear though. So I got myself an ice cream, a regular ice cream, and that cost me €4, yeah? So for me and my wife, I spent €8, yeah? For things like Coke, you wouldn't believe this, I spent €8 for 2 canned Cokes, like the small one, the tiny ones, yeah? €8, yeah? So a lot of the things here in terms of drinks, the small drinks, not the large ones, they start from €4, yeah? I don't think there's anything cheaper than €4 in terms of small drinks. Alrighty. There's also a way to do things in terms of where you want to go though. So if you want to go to 2 parks, yeah, so there are there are 2 parks in Disneyland. There's the Walt Disney Studio and there's the main Disneyland park. So you could buy a ticket just for 1 park and that will save you more money. So for those that are a bit cash strapped and they don't have enough money, just bear that in mind, that you can pay for the main Disneyland park and not bother to get two parks, so that'll save you money. Or you can decide to book it during the weekday, because you get it cheaper then. So there are ways around it though. There are a lot of nationalities around. You know me, I tend to pay attention to the people around. A lot of Spanish, a lot of German, a lot of French people actually. It's amazing how the French actually enjoy their country, because you go to some countries and it's just mostly tourists. You don't really see the locals. But I think the French, from my experience anyway, traveling to France, not just Paris, you always see a lot of French people, like in Cannes, in Nice. There are always a lot of French people in the hotels. So I think the French love their country in terms of exploring it. Some countries you don't see a lot of that. Okay, so there's a lot of shops as well where you can buy various things. If you want to get some souvenirs, then feel free. So in terms of prices, I can show you what I'm talking about. So this, for example, you could see they're selling an espresso for €3. So let's look at their Coke exactly. So you can see that's €4, yeah? So that's just an example of how prices go. I think it's not a biggie though. Like, there are certain things that you might want to enjoy in life, yeah? And I think you can't really put a value to it. So like my son, for example, has been having a good time, and I think it's worth paying that money. You know, it's not like you're going to come to Disneyland every day. Like, you can do it like every few years. But the one I want to really try is Disneyland in America, in Florida. Apparently it's really nice, but I've never been, so I can't really compare Disneyland Paris and Disneyland Florida. But it'll be nice too though, because obviously I've never ever been to America anyway, so America is definitely on my list of places to go to. For those that have never ever been to Disneyland, there's a show that they usually do. Actually, there are a number of shows, yeah, and I think they have dedicated times. I can't recollect if I had to get a timetable last time, because I've not asked for one today. But there might be a timetable where they list all the activities for the day, and I think they might list all the shows. If we are fortunate enough whilst I'm filming, we might be able to pick up a show, and that'll be nice. But let's see anyway. You never know, you never know, you never know. I'm looking to make this video a long one, if the weather is not too hot though. Because sometimes it gets really hot and my camera just shuts off. But yeah, this is another shop where they sell Indiana Jones. So they have like various places where they sell different types of things basically. So you just need to go there and check it out basically. I said basically like twice now. And also, this is a good park in terms of tidiness as well. You go to certain parks and you can't even find a bloody bin. But here there's a lot of bins, so try and keep it nice and tidy. So this is a restaurant, for example. Let's look at prices. So you can get a souvenir tumbler with a cold drink for 19 euros. You can get a Mickey Mouse pizza. Okay, this is like a menu where you get like various items. So you get like pizza, you get salad, and you get like a cold drink for 17 euros. So it's not that bad actually. I can't even remember how much I paid for a meal, because last time I came during Christmas, and things are always different during Christmas. So what happened was they had this big thing they did at the end, because it's obviously like a Christmas show. And also they do fireworks like I think it's around 11 o'clock at night. Yeah, they do this every time anyway, regardless of if it's Christmas period or not. So always wait for the fireworks at the end. A lot of people wait for that. Let me just show you how the area looks like. So this is like, I think it's called the Adventure Park. So that's where I'm at the moment. So wait for the fireworks, yeah? Don't go early. Don't go early, yeah? So if you've never been to Disneyland, you might not know that, but don't go early. Stay till 11. Transportation to Disneyland Paris is so easy. So if you are based in central Paris, all you have to do is to get yourself a ticket from the ticket machine, or you could ask the guy at the kiosk, or at the counter, sorry, in the train station, and he would obviously support you with buying the ticket. But I think, if I'm correct, the price from central Paris to Disneyland Paris is about 10 euros per person. Yeah, and that's a return ticket, 10 euros per person. So that's not really expensive. I would say that's a bargain. If you were to travel from, let's say, central London to places in the outskirts of London, you'd pay a lot, because Disneyland Paris itself is not in central Paris. It's in the outskirts of Paris. I would say it's like Greater London, so let's say Greater Paris. If that exists anyway, but I think that's how it is, because it is out of zone basically. It's out of the central zone. So let's move on. If you are coming as a group, what would happen is, if you want to jump on rides, for example, they'll split you. So just bear that in mind. If you have a lot of kids, they might have to wait. So my recommendation is, obviously the parents should go with the younger ones first. Then I suppose the grown-ups can go on their own, if they want to. Because the rides are normally very packed. There are a lot of people just waiting. It's crazy. It's amazing how the queue never gets like good. Like, it's always a long queue every single time. It's never ever changed. I don't know if there's ever a time in Disneyland where there will be no queue at all. Even when it's raining, there's always a queue. It's like every time. Okay, so I'm going to show you a number of places they have around. They have this massive castle where everyone takes pictures at. They have like various waterfalls. And I think there's a place where you go to where like Mickey Mouse says hello to you. So for parents who are looking forward to that, that would be nice to go to. I think they might charge a fee for that. I'm not sure. One way of beating the queue though, because I've not mentioned this, one way of beating the queue is by paying more. So you can pay for like premier access. So they'll fast track you and you don't have to bloody wait like other people. So that's a good way of doing it. So you might want to get fast tracked, and that way you don't have to stay. I think it's a good idea actually, because sometimes the waiting is annoying. It's really annoying, and if you want to go on a lot of rides and you have other activities to do, then you might as well. Also bear in mind that you can buy a one-day ticket and you can buy a two-day ticket. So there might be some people that they want to do the whole lot, yeah, and they feel they can't do as much as they want to on day one. Don't worry about that. You can buy a two-day ticket that covers the two parks, and I think you can buy a two-day ticket that covers one park. I think I'm not sure of one park, but I know of two parks for sure. You can buy a two-day ticket that covers two parks. That's a good idea actually, because if you're going to be here for a while, you might as well go for that. So there are a number of rides I'm going to jump on today. I tend to jump on the crazy rides, like the very dangerous ones. I'm just that sort of person. I like to try things normal people don't like trying. So I'm gonna aim for the crazy rides today. Also, the good thing is the guys at the rides, they advise you on the ones you can go to. So for example, if you have a toddler like me, I mean, like I have, sorry, not like me. I just called myself a bloody toddler. If you have a toddler like I do, then what they will tell you to do, oh, let's go there. That place looks nice. If you have a toddler like I do, then they will tell you the sort of places your toddler can go to. So just bear that in mind. You don't really need to worry. You can go there and ask somebody and say, oh, can my son or can my daughter jump on this one? Are there other rides I can go to as well? And they would recommend you to go there. Just talking about the hospitality in France anyway, because I think I need to say this. You might go to certain parts of France and they're not really nice, especially in Paris. In certain parts, the customer service might not be great. However, in Disneyland, it's not like that. I think because you're paying a lot of money, they show you value for money. They really pay attention to customer service. Look at that! Look at that boat. Oh, that's Pirates of the Caribbean. We might go there later. So they actually give you good customer service. I suppose it's expected. If you are paying that much money, then the expectation is they give you good customer service. But in the train station, in the metro station, the customer service there is not that great. I'm not gonna lie, like the way they talk to people is a bit crazy. But I suppose it's not all French people that do that, it's just certain people. But our experience in central Paris has been like that. But in Nice and Cannes, it wasn't like that. They were really nice. Okay, so let's see what they have in there. I'm hoping I don't have to queue so I can show you around. It looks like it's going to be really dark, so I might have to pass. Let's check it out. Oh no. Okay, let's take a look at this. So this is like a little cave. Wow, it's nice and cool in this cave. And it's like a waterfall. Can you hear the waterfall? This is actually very useful for my camera. It's cooling down my camera, like my camera is super hot. For those that have GoPros, you know that your camera goes off when it's really hot. So that cave literally cooled down my camera for a few minutes. Yeah, so that's a nice waterfall. I wonder how big the whole of Disneyland is, because you still have the other part, the studio part. So currently my wife and my son are in one of the rooms where you can sit down and have a bit of food like lunch, and they are there and they are also watching some Disney videos. So they have like various theaters where you can go to, which is really nice. So if you want to sit down and relax, you don't need to worry. You don't have to go back to your hotel and come back to Disneyland. You can just find a place to sit down and watch like various Disney videos. It's really an adventure though. It's so funny, when they were doing the show earlier, I saw a grown-up man like really excited. I'm like, what the hell? Like, I think some people bring out their child spirit when they come here. It is amazing. Okie dokie. So let's look at rides. Okay, I need to start showing you examples of the queue I'm talking about. You might think I'm just talking nonsense, yeah? But look at the sort of queues you have to see, or you have to meet basically. So you go in there and you queue. There are some places whereby you have to scan your ticket, and there are some places that you don't have to scan. You don't have to scan your ticket, you have to show it. But I think the ones that have to scan it, once you scan it from the main door, because you actually scan your ticket, the main ticket at the front, yeah. So you come into Disneyland area itself, yeah, without actually showing your ticket. It's like a park. Then you go into the main park, and that's where you obviously scan your ticket. Then when it's time to jump on rides, okay, let me show you this queue. Can you see how long that queue is? So that's the sort of queue you'd face when you come around. Anyway, so you would have to show your ticket, I think, if you pay for Premier Access, and that's because you don't have to queue. It's fast track here, so I think you scan that. For those that don't have a fast track ticket, I think they just ask you to show your ticket to see if it's fast track, and that's it, literally. Oh, so this is the place I was talking about. You know, I told you that you can actually meet Mickey Mouse. So that's the place I'm on about. So meet Mickey Mouse. So for those that are looking to do that, is around here. Also, you can put your buggy or your push chair around where the ride is, or around where the building is. So if you come to a certain area and you want to jump on that ride, there's a designated place where you can park your buggy or you can park your push chair, and it's safe, yeah? But what I recommend is don't leave any money, don't leave any valuables there. But you can leave your jacket, you can leave your jumper, no one is going to take it. It's quite safe. I'll show you more examples. So this is a ride. I'll show you where the main ride is, but look at how they've placed their buggies, yeah? So it's all nice and safe. So don't worry when you come around, just put your buggy there, it's good, and jump on the ride and have a good time. So I jumped on a ride like this today actually, and it was good. Let's keep walking and let's see what we can see. You see, I love rhyming every time I shoot a video. So you would see a lot of Mickey Mouse. Basically, Disneyland in general has a lot of Mickey Mouse souvenirs. It's literally about Mickey Mouse. Although you'd see other like Disney figures, but it's mostly Mickey Mouse. So can you see that building there? Everything is just like literally magical. Like for those that have memory on how things were. Okie dokie, let's keep moving. So this bit of Disneyland has a lot of food places, so you can buy some pancakes, you can buy some crepes. Sorry, I have a bit of cough today. I was coughing like all morning, I don't know why. It might just be the aircon in my hotel. But yeah, you can get a lot of food around here. So they sell a lot of like food to go. But you can also go to like a proper restaurant and have some good food. So bear that in mind. Don't think when you get to Disneyland all you can get is like rubbish food. I'm not saying they are rubbish like crepes and that, but I suppose if you want proper food, you can get proper food as well. So I'll show you what I mean by Premier Access, yeah? Because I think it'll be good to show people what I'm talking about for clarity. So you can see that bit is Premier Access, yeah? And you can see entry, yeah? So that's normal entrance, and that's for guys that have Premier Access, yeah? So Premier Access is just literally like a fast track, and you don't have to worry at all. You just go straight in there. They do that in a lot of places now though. They do like fast track tickets. Even in like festivals and places like that, they do a lot of that. So for the VIPs that have enough money to pay, I suppose you don't have to worry. I hope you're all finding this video useful, because that's the whole point. I think it's really important that I do help people and guide people on what to do when they come here. So they have a lot of places like that you can walk through. I'm not looking to do that now. I'm looking to show you the places that are really bubbly. You know me, like when I go to a country, I like to show the bubbly places. I always do that, isn't it? Like I always look for the places that have a lot of crowd. The more crowd, the better. I was going to show you guys Chateau Rouge yesterday, because I did go there. So let me tell you a bit about Chateau Rouge. Chateau Rouge is a place in central Paris where there's a lot of ethnic minorities. When I mean a lot, I mean a lot. Mostly like black people and North Africans. So I did go there yesterday, but unfortunately I didn't have the time to record. So the plan today is to obviously spend time in Disneyland and just explore. I'm not going anywhere else today, but I might go Chateau Rouge tomorrow again if I have the chance, and show you how crazy it is. Like that place is like so different. Everything that goes on there is insane. Like a lot of people selling on the road. It feels like Africa. Apparently Chateau Rouge is called Little Africa in Paris. That's exactly what it's called, Little Africa in Paris. And I see why they call it Little Africa in Paris, because there's a lot of African people, I suppose. And the African people in France are usually those from the French colonies. So countries like Senegal, Cameroon, Congo, Angola. You'll still see some West African countries that were colonized by the British, but very few, very few of them are there. And the reason for that is a lot of the French colonies speak French, so it makes sense. Also, what I've noticed is when I travel abroad, because you all know I've been to many places, I've noticed that the French people tend to travel to a lot of French countries, or French speaking countries, or French colonies, or French islands. That makes sense, isn't it? That's just what I've noticed. Make sure you visit places like Disneyland once in your life, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bang.